Paano nga ba pumayat with the keto diet? Yan ang topic natin ngayon dito sa Pinay Keto. Hi, I'm Sheila from pinaka-basic.com. I'm also an admin for Keto and Intermittent Fasting International on Facebook. Before we talk about the Standard Keto Diet, I want to give you a bit of background sa history nito. So keto is not something new. In the 1920s, it was used for treatment of pediatric epilepsy. And as early as 2004, may mga clinical studies na on keto as a weight loss regimen. And nowadays, because of doctors who are openly advocating low-carb and keto diet, we now have keto as a way to curb obesity. Keto is a way of eating na low-carb, high-fat, and it puts the body in a state of ketosis. And before we talk about how keto works, let's review muna how the body absorbs nutrients and converts food for energy. Now, there are two types of energy sources, glucose and fat. So pag kumain tayo, our digestive system breaks down yung pagkain natin and the gut absorbs the nutrients. Tataas ang blood sugar and the pancreas will release insulin. Insulin is a hormone that breaks down glucose so that it can enter the cells and provide energy. Too much glucose na hindi natin ma-burn off with exercise becomes reserve energy or body fat. Sa keto, we lower our carb intake, we lower blood sugar and insulin levels. The body will look for another energy source which is fat. Pero dahil hindi naman siya normally nagbe-burn ng fat at masanay siya sa glucose, it takes a while for it to become fat adapted. But when it does, the liver starts producing ketones, a type of acid that the body can use as energy. This is what we call ketosis. It's important to note na magkaiba ang ketosis versus ketoacidosis. Ketosis, mababang blood sugar, mataas ang ketones. If you're not insulin dependent, this is safe since you'll be using ketones as energy anyway. Ang delikado ay ang build-up ng both ketones and blood sugar, which happens kapag walang insulin to break down glucose. The body thinks it's starving even though mataas ang blood sugar, starts burning fat and protein at a rapid pace, and in essence, overloads your system and causes an imbalance. This is a rare medical emergency and it can be life-threatening if hindi maagapan. So if you are diabetic or insulin dependent, you have a higher risk to develop ketoacidosis. So seek medical advice before starting keto and always track your blood sugar and ketone levels. So now we'll talk about what to eat and what not to eat on a ketogenic diet. The Standard Keto Diet calls for 70% fat, 25% protein, and 5% carbs. Basically, no junk food, no sugar, and very low carb so that the body can switch to fat burning instead of using glucose. As long as there's enough glucose to burn, the body will use that first. So we limit anything that can be easily converted to glucose. No bread, no pasta, no rice, no root crops, no milk, and no juices. Out din ang honey, muscovado, brown sugar, just like regular sugar. You can still get carbs from leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, cream, cheese, and nuts in moderation. Moderate protein lang tayo on the Standard Keto Diet, so usually a palm-sized portion of meat, a couple of eggs, and a handful of nuts is enough to meet your dietary requirements. Protein requirements are different for each person depending on a lot of factors. But generally, if you're younger or you're working out, you can tolerate more protein. If you're old and sedentary or you have kidney problems, you don't need to go overboard, yung sakto lang. And it's better to get your protein from real food instead of food supplements. When it comes to fat, madaming nalulula when we say 70% dietary fat. But in reality, most people are consuming more processed fat from fast food and junk food alone. Quality of oils and fat matters in keto. Pwede din yung animal fat, pero it should not be your only source of fat. Focus on omega-3 fatty acid sources. Mas madami dapat ng omega-3 kesa sa omega-6 to help you control cholesterol and inflammation sa katawan. You may be wondering if pwede ba sa'yo ang keto? And that's a valid question. Generally, keto can be adjusted to fit various physical and medical conditions. Kakainin mo lang kung anong allowed sa medical condition mo na pasok sa keto. So for example, if hypertensive ka and you really want to do keto, syempre your focus should be more on fish and chicken instead of red meat. If you're taking maintenance medications, wag po kayong titigil without your doctor's go signal even if nag-improve na ang readings nyo. On the other hand, iba-iba tayo ng medical history. And what works for one might not work for you. So it's always best to consult your doctor first before jumping into a new diet. If your doctor says, don't do keto, either you follow their advice or look for a keto-friendly doctor who can give you a second opinion. If you get your lab works done, you'll have a baseline of information to compare with. Mas madali mong makikita if keto works for you or not. And remember that keto is not the only way to lose weight. So to wrap up, keto is a low-carb, high-fat diet that allows the body to start burning fat for fuel. Basically, we remove sugar and high carbs and replace it with good quality dietary fat. Nutritional ketosis is different from ketoacidosis, and always consult your doctor before jumping into any diet. And if you're looking for a Filipino support group, please join Keto and Intermittent Fasting International on Facebook. We have a lot of content to help keto newbies like you. So next episode, we are going to talk about the different types and approaches to keto. Yes, there's more than one way to do keto. So to get notified, please subscribe and hit the bell button below. If you found this video informative, nakatulong sa'yo, nakatulong sa friends and loved ones mo, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Let's keep on keto winning.